Hi, Pat Ellers from theflyfishers.com. I want to show you one of my favorite fishing knots that I use for all my game fishing. Probably use it 98% of the time. Not talking about tying little trout flies on, but if I'm using poppers, streamers, bonefish flies, whether I'm fishing bass, pike, muskies, steelhead, the knot that I'm using is called the no-name loop knot or the Rapala knot. It's the same knot. And I want to show you a little bit about why I use it. Alright, let me give you a little demonstration here of why I like using this knot. I've got two bass flies tied to a piece of 40-pound hard mono. And with this one I've used just a regular clinch knot. If you look at this, it's just hanging out there in space. And where it's a good knot, it's not going to come off or anything. If this fly gets a little bit out of whack when I'm fishing it and I'm trying to pull this through the water and it's off at an angle, that fly isn't going to swim right. Now I take this other one, even with 40-pound monofilament tied with that no-name loop knot, and it just hangs there loose, so it's always going to pull straight. It's a good little trick too if you forgot to bring your smaller monofilament and all you've got left is some 30 or 40 and you need to fish a little bit smaller fly. This loop knot's going to give you a little break that you can use it. But the thing is with this loop knot, it always pulls straight because it straightens out behind it when you're pulling. Now the other nice thing about it is if you're using a fly like a bonefish fly, a lead-eye fly, clouser minnow, that type of thing, and you need to get it down in a hurry, what the loop knot does is it allows this fly to collapse and get to the bottom quicker. So by having that loop on there, it's great for swimming flies on minnow imitation streamers, and it's also great for your topwater stuff. Alright, let's tie the knot. I brought a eye bolt and I've got some white cord here. Make it a little bit easier to see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to tie an overhand knot, my leader material. I'm going to pass the open eye through the eye of the hook and I'm going to come back through that overhand knot. And notice I'm coming out or coming through on the side that the line's coming out, I'm going back in on that side of it. Close that down a little bit. Now, up above that overhand knot, I'm going to make 2 or 3 wraps around the top of the leader. And generally, if I'm using 8 to 10 pound leader material, I'll use 4 or 5 wraps. If I'm getting into the 20 or 30 pound stuff where I may be using a bite tippet for a saltwater fish, or even using a product like tiger wire for barracudas, for muskies, for pike, I'll only use 2 or 3 wraps because I want to be able to snug this down. So we make a few wraps up above that overhand knot. I'm going to go back through the overhand knot once again on the side that the line came out of. And now to keep that loop small, I'm going to draw that down towards the fly. I don't pull this way, I pull towards the fly. And that'll keep it to where it tightens down and gives you a little bit smaller loop. And there it is. There's my no-name loop knot or the Rapala knot. If you notice here, it swings nice and free. If this was a sinking line, or excuse me, a sinking fly, it'd fold right up to go down. If it was a popper, we wouldn't have to worry about it pulling straight. We've got the loop there to keep that fly always pulling straight through the water. So there you have it. My game fishing, like I say, 98% or so of the time, this is the knot that I'm using for it. Thanks for watching, and visit us at theflyfishers.com for more tips and tricks. Thanks.